This is a special Friday edition. That's right. I am Parker Bell, and today we don't have Greg Bergman and Clinton Yates. I brought a friend along this time, Jorge Briones, producer Jorge, as you know him. Now, real quick, let me just get this out of the way. Blue Review is, as always, presented by Los Angeles International Airport. Hire LAX creates life-changing career opportunities for Los Angeles residents. And for more information, go ahead and head out to HireLAX at eventbrite.com. So, all right, Jorge. First off, I want to mention, I owe you a bottle, don't I?
Oh, yeah. Forgot about my bottle. You and DeAndre always take forever buying me a bottle. That's right.
That's right. Jorge and I had a little friendly bet over the Week 1 Steelers-Niners, and let's just say that didn't go so well for me.
Let me say, there's a reason why I'm wearing a red shirt.
All right. Now, many of you may be asking, why do I have Jorge here right now? This was funny, actually. Jorge, I was listening to your old show yesterday.
Yeah.
Mason in Ireland, of course. And our friend John Ireland actually had a friendly little, I don't know if you want to call this a bet, but he had a little, just kind of friendly jab at Greg, saying that the attendance for Blue Review is going to be Parker doing the most shows, myself, then Clinton, and then Greg with the least shows.
So Greg became the Mason.
Greg became the Mason.
That's funny.
So, Greg, where are you at?
I know, Greg. Come on, man.
No. So, Dodgers had an off day.
He's probably busy, though. No, he's probably busy doing, corporate Greg.
Of course, it's corporate Greg. Yeah. And I think Clinton's over in Boulder, which is Greg's former stomping ground. So, I mean, small world.
And then he mentioned Dion was his favorite player. He wore 21 for a reason.
That's right.
Growing up. So, Clinton, have fun out there, man. Enjoy. Have a good time.
Coach Prime, have fun. Now, Dodgers had an off day last night. So there's not much to talk about. You know, they lost the series to the Padres. Sliwa's gutty little Padres. But there was something really cool that happened to Jorge throughout the week.
Yeah.
I don't even know if really cool can begin to describe how amazing this moment was for you specifically. I know you were also with Venice Mason, and who was it? And, the great Beto Duran and Michael Funches, right?
Michael Funches, one of the producers here.
That's right. So a lot of the friends over at ESPN LA went to a Dodger game. This was Tuesday night. Tuesday night when they beat the Padres.
Mm-hmm.
And
Freddie's birthday, Freddie Jersey night, yeah.
That's right. But Jorge, I'm just going to let you kind of speak on this. The moment before it was pregame, correct?
Right.
You met a certain someone who you've idolized for your whole life.
Well, it's a family. Basically, we all look up to him, you know. Mm-hmm. So Tuesday, you know, we're here in the studio, and you get one of those texts where they're like, "Hey, man, Dodger game tonight?" ?
Yeah.
From Beto, and I was just like, we'll see. You know, like, it's still early in the day. I got to send out some texts, kind of plan out the rest of the day. So, you know, he hits me again with like, hey, and then I get a text from Mason, interested in the Dodger game tonight. So now it's two different people asking. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? Sure, let's make it happen. You know, like around here, you get tickets last minute.
Exactly.
And either you say yes or no, and then you just keep moving. So I get invited. I say yes, and we have a really good afternoon. We had tacos. We walked around different bars in Dodger Stadium, and at some point, Beto, the mayor of Dodger Stadium, as we call him.
The man knows everybody.
Yeah. So then we were walking around different, spots in the Dodger Stadium, the bullpens, different areas. Mm-hmm. And at some point I said, hey, man, what are the chances that we see Fernando today? And he's like, I don't know. Well, we'll see. And then he's like, hey, let's go to the press box. I'll show you guys some stuff around. If you guys haven't been to the press box area, it's cool. It's like a museum up there.
Yeah.
There's pictures, there's frames. You see Vince Scully's rings on display. It's just a bunch of stuff up there. And then he knows some of the people, that ushers or whatever, And sure enough, we're walking. He's saying hello. And Fernando comes out of the tunnel.
Wow.
He's coming out of the tunnel, that, the entrance that shows you, the entrance to the press box. Mm-hmm. So he's coming out, and I look at Mason, and I said, Mason, that's Fernando, man. Like, that's Fernando. And I'm trying to whisper, not to, make it, too obvious for the people around us. And then Funches tells me, he's like, dude, is that Fernando? I was like, yeah, that is Fernando. So before I met Fernando, 2 weeks prior to this, I met my other idol, David Beckham, at the Miami LAFC game. Mm-hmm. And then Funches is like, hey, man, you're on a roll meeting your idols. David Beckham won, and right now in front of us is Fernando. He's like, who are we going to meet next week? Michael Jordan? So if that's Michael, if you're around, if you're in town, let me know where so we can go meet you, But no, watching Fernando and listen. Like I didn't watch Fernando play, but seeing, hearing my mom, my grandpa, my dad, my uncles all talk about the greatness. Travis Rogers, another one who's a big, huge fan of Fernando, and then there's a picture. Just watching this man in front of me, I was just in awe, man. It's you hear all the stories, you see the highlights, you see the documentary. Fernando made a whole documentary on this man.
Yeah, exactly.
And then on top of that, Mexicano, just like, just like me, it was just an honor, man. Like I shook his hand, Beto introduced us, and then at one point Beto's like, hey, do you mind taking a picture of my friends?
Wow.
Beto introduced us, and then this is Steve Mason, this is Jorge, this is Michael. We meet him, and he says, absolutely, let's take a picture. And then we're walking away from there. I'm like, man, what were the chances of us meeting him?
Right.
Like it was probably slim to none. And we walk up there, and 2 minutes later he comes out, and we get this moment. And
I mean,
it's just incredible, man.
Look at that. I mean, we got to fix a little bit of the red eye.
Yeah, the
huh?
red eye. But,
yeah.
We'll fix it in post, as we say in the business.
Such a personable character.
Yeah.
I've heard plenty of stories about Fernando and that he's just so welcoming. And, of course, what he means to the Dodgers and the Latino community.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm happy for you, dude, that
Man,
you had a chance to meet him. I started to think about it, as I'm young. If you know me and you don't know me, I'm only 25.
Damn, I'm 23.
So I haven't had many moments, to meet somebody who I idolize, I see as a hero. Obviously, I got chances to watch guys like Kobe. He was probably my number one idol. Got a chance to watch him, but I know you've had chances to meet the greats like that just because you've been in the business for so long. What is that like? Just walking into it. I mean, when you see them and you go, I'm about to literally shake this man's hand. What's that moment like?
It's unreal.
Yeah.
First of all, it's unreal because you can't be a fan at that point.
It's
you're
almost
working.
Exactly.
You're wearing a work shirt. You're wearing an ESPN shirt, or you're on your work mode. So part of it is like, okay, you're taking it in as because in this business, you're going to interview such and such, or you're going to go and get the interview with whomever. I've been a camera guy, so I get a list of, okay, we're going to talk to Evander Holyfield, or we're going to talk to Oscar de la Hoya, or we're going to talk to, when I was covering the Lakers with John had already told me we're going to try to get Kobe as an interview. So you're already prepared. So you go through those motions like, oh, snap, I'm going to meet Kobe, or I'm going to be in front of Kobe, or whatever. So you go through that on your way down to wherever the interview is going to take place. So you kind of, you go through those feelings, and then once you're in front of this person, you're collected now. That whole fandom is basically gone because it's business, it's work.
Right.
And it's after that when it hits you. Like I know when I met Kobe, one of the photographers from the Lakers, Ty Nowell, who's now with the Chargers, I believe, he snapped a picture of me and Kobe. And later that evening, he sent it to me. So I'm doing the post-game show for the Lakers here at 7:10. And I get a text from him, and it's the picture he took of me and Kobe. I didn't ask for the picture. It was one of those things where you're in front of your idol.
Yeah.
And if there's you wish there was a picture, or you wish somebody could take a picture of you. But you don't ask for it.
Right.
And then when you get it out of the blue like that, it's just unreal. And then it hits you like when you're driving home or the next day, like that just happened. So it's interesting because you can't be a fan, and every fan goes crazy when you see your idol.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure you have your idols, and then when you go to a game without covering it, you're rooting for them. But once it's different. It changes once you're in front of them. So it's interesting, and you got to shut down that fandom for a little bit and be professional about the stuff. So
yeah, I can imagine that being tough, and I'm excited to kind of get into that and see what that's like for myself. Now I see some of you guys in the chat. Of course, this is Blue Review, and there wasn't much Dodgers baseball last night, so we're kind of just talking about what it's like meeting your idols, your heroes. Jorge had a chance to meet Fernando. So over the weekend, you guys can respond to me, Greg Clinton on Twitter. Who would be your dream Dodger to meet? There's plenty of legends. The Dodgers such a storied franchise, And for some, it's the modern players like Kersh.
yeah,
Even these guys mean so much to the community. And
Mookie.
Mookie, yeah. This guy is... We had a story yesterday, Jorge. I don't know if you saw it. A mother took her son, this young black family. She took her son to the Dodgers game for the first time, to his first baseball game, and his favorite player was Mookie.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just, in my head, I'm thinking all these kids growing up, these Dodger kids right now, like to us, to you back then, the Fernandos, you're looking up, seeing somebody who looks like you nowadays. Mookie, these kids are looking up, grabbing a whole new generation of baseball fans. So it's really cool talking about heroes and idols. And if any of you guys have somebody you would really want to meet, let us know.
Who do you want to meet?
Me, if we're talking in the baseball world, gotta be honest, Shohei right now would be my idol.
Yeah, Shohei would be. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's necessarily because
Top
of
three of your idols. Who would you want to meet? Top three.
top three.
Because you've worked with LeBron. You've seen LeBron.
Exactly.
you
Even
can check that one out,
media
right?
days, stuff like
Yeah.
that. We've interacted with him. I think I could check that off. If I'm talking people, legends, so maybe retiree, I would go Magic. That would maybe be my number one.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I would love to see Magic. And I have a few like musicians I would like to see, but I'm going to stick with sports here.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably go Jordan as well. And then I know I mentioned I would have loved to have met Kobe. That would have been a dream. But let's say the Lakers. I'm just too much of a Lakers fan, so I'd have to stick with my Lakers and probably go Powell. He was my generation. That 08, 09 was like when I grew into being a huge basketball fan. So Powell.
Cool, man. Yeah, so I've had the chance to meet Julio Cesar Chavez.
Wow.
Now Fernando. Mm-hmm. Messi. I was writing for the Messi. If you guys haven't checked out that stuff, go to our Twitter page. And
Yeah,
just
it's
go to
there.
that,
Yep.
Like that shot of Messi walking towards it. He winks at my camera. So that I got to work with Messi. Met Beckham.
Wow.
Kobe. Evander Holyfield. Man, I have a list, and I've just been fortunate, and it's just that daily grind of, just working, man, and there's a lot. Like I have a lot of pictures of different people, and it's not like I told you, it's not like I asked for them. Mm-hmm. But sometimes they're a picture. Like you're in Vegas for fights, and boxers are everywhere, and it's one of those where like, hey man, do you mind, or other people, and then you just happen to get them. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, it's an interesting list. It's been an interesting career, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, and I'm sure mine will too. And
sure.
if anyone else is trying to get into the business, I'm sure you will experience things like this too. But Jorge, thank you so much, my brother, for joining.
Thank you.
I know you got a show to get to. You got Travis and Slee, the mid-morning show.
Tune in 10 to 1.
So,
Monday through Friday.
That's right. Tune in. Shameless plug. All right. This has been a fresh special Friday edition of the Blue Review. No Greg Bergman, no Clinton Yates, but they will be back Monday. This is Parker Bell, alongside my dear friend Jorge Briones.
What's up, food?